Good morning, Nine Innovation, and good afternoon, Nine Integrity. I hope this will aid your lesson in Law of Sines and Law of Cosine later on in my second video. Now, the objectives for this lesson of Law of Sine is or are to illustrate the law of sines and to solve oblique triangles using law of sines or sine law. Now, the definition of oblique triangle states that an oblique triangle is a triangle that has an obtuse angle or has an has all angles that are acute. When we say acute, it is greater than 0 degrees but lesser than 90 degrees. That's what makes the oblique triangle is. Now, let us consider a situation below here. A boy is holding a balloon. The angle of elevation of the balloon from 2 points A and B on the ground level are 47 degrees and 24 degrees, respectively. When we say respectively, the number 47 degrees and number 24 degrees will be pointed at point A and point B. Now, if point A and point B are 8 meters apart, the boy is between A and B. In the same vertical line, in the same vertical plane, approximate the height of the balloon above the ground to the nearest tenth of a meter. Now, if we illustrate it in this way, we will find that the point A is on the left and point B is on the right. But however, it depends on the perspective of one is drawing, as long as the boy is in the middle of 2 points A and B. Now, in this situation, I have here that A or point A is on the left side of the boy and the point B is on the right side of the boy, facing to us. Now the point A is considered as an angle. It has a measurement of 47 degrees and the point B has a measurement of an angle 24 degrees. Now the distance between the point A and B is also mentioned based on our sentence above, which is 8 meters apart, where I wrote 8m here. Now, from our given situation here, it asks us to approximate the height of the balloon that the boy is holding here in our given situation. Now, if we list our givens, we have two angles, A and B, plus the distance, which is the segment AB, which is equal to 8 meters. Now, this kind of problem gives us an idea that another triangle can be solved. Now, this kind of situation gives an idea of an oblique triangle. Now, it differs from the triangle, which is a right triangle. Now, let's move on. Before we solve the given situation, let us have an idea of an oblique triangle under sine law. Now, let's consider the oblique triangles below, ABC, where the dashed line here is pointed perpendicular to the point D. Now, the sides are also given opposite of it, where capital letter A has an opposite of side A, capital letter B has the opposite side of B, and C has an opposite side of C. Now, same goes with the other triangle, where it is also an obtuse. And then we have a triangle ADC for a right triangle. Given this triangle, we could come up with a sine law. Now, as we have the definition of a right triangle here, triangle ADC has a sine A is equal to H over B. Why is it H over B? Simply because of its height over here. Now, the dashed line here considers to be the height of the triangle. Now, if we apply the sine law, we will come up this kind of relationship of sine A with respect to angle A is equal to the opposite, which is the height of the triangle, and the uh, hypotenuse, which is B or side B. Now, if we rearrange the given, we will come up with H is equal to B times sine A. Now, on the other hand of the triangle, which is triangle BDC, and the triangle is from this other side of the triangle, which is B, D, and C, we also have a, with respect to the sine B, we have a saw or the sign opposite over hypotenuse, where the letter H here is the same as the height of the segment CD as represented, and hypotenuse, which is the side A, which is the slanted side. Now, rearranging this kind of relationship, we will come up with H is equal to A sine B. Using the transitive property, we come up with cross multiplication, thus B times sine A is equal to A sine times sine B. Now, if we still rearrange the given relationship of sine A and sine B, we will come up with B all over by sine B is equal with A all over with sine A. Now, it is also the same with the relationship with the side C or angle C, since the triangle has three sides on it. Now, obtaining this, we will have the same process for sine C. Therefore, this side A over sine A angle and then equal to side B over sine B angle is equal with side C all over by sine C angle. So this kind of relationship which is equal to all, therefore this is now the sine law. Moving on, there are three cases when we use the sine law, and these are the following. Case number one, where two angles and opposite sides are given. The two angles in the given diagram are angle A and angle B plus one measurement of the side. It's either side A or it happens to be side B, for as long as there are two angles and one opposite side. So AAS, angle, angle, side. Case number two gives us an idea of ASA, where two angles are included and an included side. When we say included side, that side must be in the middle of the two angles. Therefore, angle A and angle B, then there is an included side, which is side C on this kind of illustration. However, on the other side, on the other triangle gives us also an idea of ASA because of side B is in the middle of two angles, which are angle A and angle C. It also happens to be the case number two because of two angles and one included side. Also, the third one, which is the case number three, two sides and an angle opposite one of them, which happens to be as SSA or side-side angle. Here, as we can see that there is only one angle, but we have two adjacent sides. In the first given left triangle, we have side A and side B plus an angle. On the other triangle, or around second triangle, we have side B adjacent to side A and then also an angle. So this is SSA. So these three cases that you will be encountering for an oblique triangle, you will have now, you can use the sine law or law of sine. For an example of case number one, where AAS happens to have in a triangle ABC, side A is equal to 5, angle A is equal to 45 degrees, and angle B is equal to 55 degrees. Now, we have here two angles and one side. There are still other unknown measurements of the triangle. Our goal here is to find the missing parts or missing measurements of the triangle, such as angle C, sides B, and side C to complete the whole triangle. Now, if we notice on a given triangle on the right, we have an incomplete measurements of side B, side C, and side angle C. Now, for us to have a better visualization of the sentence above, we will have to include the numbers 45 degrees, 55 degrees, and the side A, which is 5 units. Now, if you notice that the triangle has three angles on it. Therefore, this angle C can already be computed because, as we all know, if we recall our concept that the triangle has an interior angles a total of 180. Therefore, if we add 45 and 55, we will come up with 100. And that 100 must be deducted to 180 because the three inside angles or the three interior angles of a triangle sums up to 180. Therefore, 180 minus the two angles given, and that would be the angle C. So we have now the angle C, which is equal to 80 degrees. Now, to find the measure of sides B and side C, this time we will be using the sine law. If we return back the given formula, so the color blue one, uh, this has a relationship with A and B and C, and A and C, and that would depend on the given problem. Now, let us go back to our given over here. We all have the sign, we have a given of side A and also two angles. The remaining are angle C and sides B and C. To compute one of them, since we already have the angle C, to compute either B or C, we could use the sine law. Now, on this left side of solution, where number 5, 45, and 55 are already substituted, it means that this number 5 here represents the side A. This number 45 here represents angle A. And this number 55 represents angle B. So I already substituted the given values. Same also goes with the other one. This is the side A, and this one is the angle A, and this one is the resulted angle C. The angle C a while ago was already computed, so you can use the computed value. Now let us return back here. On the left side computation, as you can see, the color red one is the missing. This is the missing part of the triangle, which is the side B. Also, the missing part, side C. So that means we will compute each part of the triangle that is missing. Now, on this relationship of sine law, the easiest part for us to compute is to cross multiply. We multiply the numerator to the denominator and the denominator to the numerator. But the easiest part there is that before you multiply each of it, you take a look of the sine 55. The sine 55 can be multiplied with the whole ratio here or fraction. Therefore, the sine 55 will be multiplied to number 5 or on the whole fraction. That is why the sine 55 here is being multiplied with 5. It can either be on the whole fraction or in a single one, which is the side A. So if you use your calculator by just inputting every symbol of here, like number 5, open parentheses, the sine 55, close parentheses divided by the sine 45, you will come up with this 4-digit numerical representation. However, if you will be using sine 55 degrees, the result in your calculator might have a lot of numbers. I stopped only on the 4 numbers when I wrote the solution. But in your calculator, it is fine to continue the numerical values. Now, if we divide this numerical numerator and the denominator, we will come up with 5.79 units. If the unit of measurement is not given in the problem, therefore we will be using the units. Now, this 5.79 will be the measurement for the side B. So we're done with the side B. Now, if we look on the other part of the solution on the right side, it is also the same. However, we include now the angle C, the computed value of angle C, and we need to compute the measurement of the side C. Thus, cross multiply will be applied again. Again, whatever you did on the left, no, is the same also with this one. Therefore, si sine 80 degrees here must be multiplied to number 5. Ayan. And then when you multiply number 5 with sine 80, this will be the resulted value. Then the sine 45 here, if you use your calculator, you will have a value of this one. Now, then divide these two. Thus, your side C should have an answer of 6.96. We stop at the second digit of the decimal form. So here, we computed already the um, angle C, which is 80 degrees. We have computed the side B, which is 5.79, and also the side C, which is 6.96. There you have all of the parts of the triangle are now complete. Angle A, angle B, angle C, plus their opposite sides, which starts from side A, side B, and side C to complete the whole oblique triangle. So let me erase. Moving on, let's have this one. Case number 2. In the case number 2, we have ASA, angle, side angle. So what I did here is that I already arranged it in a tabular format. In other problem, I didn't arrange so that you will have an you have a focus on this illustration. Now, my purpose of arranging or including it in a table is for you to have an organization of data or given. Now, the sides that the side that is only given is number 5, which is side A again. For angles naman, angle A and B. This time, angle C is again missing. So since as the concept of interior angles of a triangle sum up with 180, thus it is also applied in this manner. Therefore, if we add 75 and 48, we could come up with another value and then subtract it to 180 and come up with 57. No, parang kumbaga, ito ay sinubtract lang by 180 over here. Like angle A added to angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. Now, the value of angle A is given, which is 75 base above plus 48 plus, which is now the angle C is not yet given and equated to 180 degrees. If we add 75 and 48, we could come up with 123 plus x is equal to 180. 123 is like terms with 180, therefore they must be combined. 180 minus 123 is now equal with number 57, and make sure that include the symbol for the degrees. Therefore, our angle C this time is now 57 degrees. And then moreover, since we have already computed the angle C this time, the missing parts of this triangle, this oblique triangle, are the sides C and B, or B and C. To compute again for the sides B and C, we will be using the sine law. Yeah. To find the side C or either the side B, it depends on you whichever you want to start to solve with. So in my case, I'd like to find the measurement of the side C. So following the format of sine law, which is A over sine over capital A, small letter B over sine capital letter A, and C divided by sine capital letter C. In other books, they are using an inverted one where sine A over small letter A, sine B divided by small letter B, and sine C divided by the small letter C. Whichever of these two, they are the same. No? But In this discussion, we will have follow this one. Now, as you can see in our sine law here, if we would like to find the the side C, so this relationship will be included, and that is the representation over here. Now, based from our given, we have a given of side A. And therefore, we also have this sine angle A. Since we have found a while ago the angle C, therefore the missing will be the side C. Thus, we will be using the relationship of sine A and also sine C, leaving without the sine B. So in this part of the discussion here, the sine A and sine C are equated since they are equal. Now let me remove over first here. Now this time, this number 5 here represents the side A. The number 75 represents capital A or the angle. Side C is missing, and the number 57 is sine C or the angle C. So therefore, for us to find the measurement of the side C, we will again follow the sine law. And since we already have substituted the given values, thus we'll now have to cross multiply. Now cross multiplying this one will give us a result of sine 57, because the sine 57 will be multiplied with number 5, or as I said a while ago, it can be multiplied for the whole fraction. So the sine 57 can also be multiplied here. Kaya meron tayong sine 57 degrees multiplied by the given relationship of sine A. So when you input this one in your calculator, you will come up with this 4.34. I included the word units because we don't have any unit of measurement, but it is fine if we use or will not use the word units. Now this time, if we have already the sine A, we have completed the side A and angle A. We also completed the angle C and angle side C. This time, we're now about to compute the side B. Therefore, I can use the values from the sides C, but I would prefer to use the given original sides A or side A or an angle A. Therefore, here I can also use um, the relationship of B and C. As I said a while ago, A is equal with B is equal to C. So therefore, ganun din siya sa sine law. Sine A, sine B, and sine C. Whichever you choose, no, as long as the given values are included, thus there's no need to choose between the two. Now, in this given, as we notice that 5 is an equivalence of A, side A, thus this relationship has a representation of this one. And then based on this solution, we will find the side B. Thus, the second relationship will be used in this manner of solution, which is where we find the side B. So let me close this one, erase this one. Now, what we did a while ago with measurement of side C is the same also with side B. We cross multiply, and if you notice over here, sine 48 will be also multiplied with this relation. That is why sine 48 is outside of the open close parentheses. But it is also the same like what we did a while ago in the given first example, where number 5 is being multiplied with sine 55 and 5 is multiplied with sine 80, meaning they are the same. Now, when you input this one in your calculator, you will come up with an answer of 3.85 units. Round up if needed. No, second decimal place only. So round up if needed. So 4.34 for measurement of side C. This is the side C, which is opposite to the angle C. And then we have an answer of 3.85 units for side P. This is side P, which is opposite angle of side of P, or capital P. So there you have, we have completed oblique triangle, angle A, angle B, angle C, complete as three angles. Also, a triangle has three sides, therefore, the opposite side of C is complete, the opposite side of A is also complete, and the opposite side of B is also complete. Therefore, um, this kind of the lesson in sine law is that we complete, or you can find the sides and or angle of an oblique triangle if it is included in case 1, case 2, and case 3. Now let's move on with the case number 3, where SSA is now present. If you notice, there is no triangle being drawn over here. A while ago, my information here is not arranged. No? It is scattered like this one. Now, but I have here a triangle presented to you. Second, here, I included the tabular format so that for an easier finding of the missing sides and angles. And I also included the triangle. However, in this kind of case number 3, I didn't include it anymore a triangle. This time, you will not be visualizing a triangle of an oblique, but rather to focus on each given. So the given are the black ones. Side X as 70, side Z is 50, plus an angle, which is angle X is equal to 75 degrees. So this case number 3 also solves using the law of sines. Now let us start. If you observe, the only given angle is angle X. Therefore, we could not easily get the angle Y and angle Z. However, in these sides given, there are two sides given. Thus, we could not actually easily get the sides yet. Now, for us to start with, we could use the angle that are given and side. If you notice over here, side X and angle X are complete. However, for the side Z, only the side is given and there is no angle Z. And this in this manner, you can come up with the relationship of sine law, where we change letter A into letter X, we change letter B into letter Y, and we change letter C into letter Z to come up with the sine law. Therefore, if X, Y, Z will be applied to the sine law, we will have a relationship of side X over sine angle X, side Y over sine angle Y, and side Z over sine angle Z. So, balikan natin yung table. Our given here are complete for side X and angle X. So, we will be choosing this relationship. Next, since we do not have the angle Z, but we do have an angle or a side Z, therefore, we will be using this relationship. Therefore, they will be together to form a simple equation to follow. So, side Z divided by sine angle Z. So, in this manner, this sine law here will be used to find the angle Z. Since X are complete, Z is missing. So in this manner, we will change some values. The values for X will be changed into number 70. Change meaning we substitute the given values. Sine X, which is angle X, will be changed into 75. And then sine angle Z will be changed the angle C will be same as angle Z, but the side Z is 50, which is this one. And we only substitute the given. We change the given. Therefore, in this manner, we could only seem to have a cross multiplication like this way, like the one that we did in other two given example. Thus, in this manner, our angle is missing. If it is our angle is missing, therefore we will come up with uh, formula transformation. Now, if we multiply sine z to number 70, it becomes 70 times sine z divided by sine 75 equals sine 50. Sine 75 will be multiplied with 50. Therefore, 70 times sine z is equal with 50 times sine 75. Now, angle Z is missing. Therefore, we remove the number 70 on the left side, changing it by dividing both sides 70. Thus, sine Z will be equal with 50 times sine 75 divided by 70. Now, if you notice over here, the angle is missing. Thus, this trigo ratio over here will be transposed to the other side. But transposing to the other side, the exponent of this sign will be changed into negative. Therefore, we isolate letter Z. When we isolate letter Z or angle Z, we'll come up with now sine or arc sine, which it has now a negative power, and then copying the given or transform trigo ratio here. So sine 75 divided by 70. And you can use bracket or braces. This time, only the angle Z or capital Z is remained on the left. And all of the solvable part of the equation are on the right, solvable part. Now, if you input this one on your calculator, you will come up with this level of solution. Before you input the arc sign, ARC sign, all you have to do is to compute first the values inside the parentheses. The computed value of this ratio will be now equal with 0.6899. There are a lot of numbers over here, but I only choose the until the fourth one. Now, when I press the arc sign using the shift then sign button, the screen in your calculator will appear to have a sign raised to -1. Then input this numerical value. When you press equal sign together with this one, you will come up with this value, a decimal format. I stop from the second decimal number again. And from here, I have an angle C is equal to 43.62. Now, this 43.62, when I press the DMS, converting it into angle, I have come up with this kind of angle, reading by 43 degrees, 37 minutes, and 33.29 seconds. Now, why did I change into number 38? I changed it into number 38 simply because the next value over here is beyond half of the minutes. Since I mentioned that this is seconds, no, there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Therefore, the half of 60 seconds is 30 seconds. So since it is 30 seconds and this in our answer was exceeded into 30 seconds, therefore, we will add 1 minute to the next place value of the degrees. It is more likely as the decimal. For example, the resulted decimal we have is 43.5, 5, and 6. So in decimal format, since it is exceeded in number 5, we add 1 on the second decimal place value, resulting it into 43.56. Now this time, in the angles, or when we talk about of angles, if the next part of the measurement is exceeded into 30 seconds, this means kasi this is a equivalence is 5. No, it exceeded the half. Therefore, if it is exceeded in the half, which is the half is 30 seconds, because it's 33.29 seconds, we will add 1 minute to the next unit of measurement, which is minutes. Therefore, instead of 37 minutes, we will now have a final answer of 43 degrees and 38 minutes. So I hope you get that one. It's just like rounding up or rounding up degrees. If we have rounding up for decimal form, we also have rounding up with angles. Now this time, we have come up with an angle Z. So over our given here, we have already done with the two sides and angles of letter X. We also use the side Z, and we also come up with the angle Z. However, if you notice, our letter Y, both of our letter Y's for sides and angles are missing. But if you look at our angles, as I said a while ago, a triangle, the interior angles of the triangle sums up with 180 degrees. Now, for us, or before we compute the side Y, we have to compute first the angle Y. So to compute the angle Y, we have here, again, as a relationship of angle X added to angle Y added to angle Z is equal to 180 degrees. Now, if we substitute the givens, we have angle X as 75, angle Y is missing, since we don't know yet the angle Y. And then let me use other letter, angle Y, plus the computed value of our Z. Now, ma'am, which of the two values should we use? Is it the degrees or the decimal? Now, either of the two can be used for as long as the value that is not yet rounded up must be used. Therefore, 43 degrees and 37 minutes, 37 minutes and 33.29 seconds must be used on the angle Z. Or if you have having difficulty about it, you can easily use the decimal format, either of which it is the same. Therefore, instead of writing this converted angle, you may use 43.62 for an easier writing of numerals, and is equal to 180. Now, this kind of format will be changed into this format, where the angle X and angle Z will be deducted to 180. Now, if we deduct the angle X and angle Z to the 180 degrees, we will have an answer of 61.38 as a decimal format. If you press the button of DMS or this kind of button in your calculator, you will have an exact value of angle, which is 61 degrees, 22 minutes, and 48 seconds. Now, if you notice, we have computed the angle Y already over here. This time, we'll now compute the side Y. So to compute the side Y, we have here a relationship again. No? Since we already computed the side Y, if you notice over here in our given, yan, let me pinpoint the givens. We have X, Y, and Z. We also have capital X, angle Y, and angle Z. We are done computing the angle Z. We will now be focusing since ang ating side Y is missing. Thus, we will use a relationship of X over sine angle X is equal with side Y over sine angle Y. So with this manner, we will substitute the givens such as 70, 75, and 61.38. The 61.38 was computed in the angle Y. So as I said a while ago, you may choose between the two. They will give you the same answer. But my recommendation is for you to use the decimal format so that it will not be confusing for the degrees mode. Therefore, I have substituted here, I have decided that the decimal format will be used for the sign. Cross multiplying this one will give me that the sine 61.38 will be multiplied with this given ratio or relation. Now, to compute this one, you can use your calculator. With 70 divided by sine 75 degrees multiplied with the sine 61.38, you will come up with the measurement for the side Y, which is 63.61 units. Units is being used when there is no unit of measurement given. So with that, we have now completed the given values of our triangle, even though we didn't draw the oblique triangle. But if we have a chance to draw the oblique triangle, we will come up with this kind of a simple oblique triangle where X, Y, and Z are represented by the angles. The X or the angle X is 75 degrees. The angle Y is 61 degrees and 23 minutes. And the angle Z is now 43 degrees and 38 minutes. For the sides, we have side X, which is 70, side Y as 63.61, and side Z, which is 50. If you notice, all three angles are now present and all three sides are now present. So with this one, to summarize the given lesson, it only means that for an oblique triangle we could come up, we could use the sine law, even if our cases such as AAS, ASA, and SSA. It means, in short, sa madaling sabi, when you encounter AAS, ASA, and SSA, the law that you will be using is the law of sines. And that's it for this lesson. Thank you for listening. If you have questions, you can message me, but I will have a delay of response because we have a pictorial for today. Please, after this video, please answer the intended activity in our TLC. Thank you and have a good productive day.